To use this video, I recommend that you stop at each segment to explore what I am teaching. Listen to the instructions a few times. To embody takes time. Embodied Bellydance encourages you to explore, being, not doing, and to wait for the wait. Always begin with your breath. Stand with both feet parallel, hip joint width apart. Allow the floor to meet your feet. Check all your body parts for any tension or discomfort. Give your breath time to visit those parts so that you are as receptive as possible. If you notice tension returning as you try the different movements, come back to your center, feet and breath. Then congratulate yourself for being sensitive and receptive to your bodily feelings. I will now introduce you to some of the aspects of what I call the golden mantra. My inner navel is the driver, referred to as the eye navel. It sits behind the navel in front of the spine. My breath is the fuel. My legs are the passengers. My knees are the suspension. My feet are the steering. My heart is the engine. My head is the key. My pelvis is resting on the back seat. In this segment, we want our feet to steer. As our eye navel drives our legs and pelvis and shapes our bones into a horizontal circle, observe how the weight moves around the outer edges of our feet and the bones of our legs follow the eye navel. When our weight moves to the outside of the right foot, there is a very small amount of weight on the inside of the left foot and vice versa. When our eye navel moves forward, the weight moves over the balls of our feet. We still have some weight on our heels. When our eye navel moves back, the weight is on the heels. We still have a little weight on the front of our feet. Remember that the legs are always the passengers or the navigators, and they move to wherever the eye navel decides to go. Therefore, when our eye navel moves vertically, the ankles, knees and legs need to fold. What helps the eye-navel spine connection is to imagine that the eye navel is married to the spine and that they are always in unison. As we move our eye navel, we are moving our lumbar spine. All else follows. Here we go from moving through the whole foot on the ground to the weight being completely on one side whilst the other side is free. The eye navel and the resting pelvis are falling towards the weight. It is a play of filling and emptying. The side with the weight fills up as the other side empties. When we need to create a bigger movement that features one side, we drop deeper into the side with the weight, whilst the ankle folds and the knee, that is our suspension, falls over our toes. Keep repeating the golden mantra. Roll the heel off the floor of the free empty side. We can apply this to any movement shape that we wish to enlarge. The free side is emptying and following the side with the weight that is guided by the eye navel. One of the most important aspects of embodied belly dance is the backward curve, the primordial spiral and the natural C curve of the spine in utero. To express this, we can imagine that the front navel is pulling the eye navel and spine back into a curve as the legs fold evenly at the ankles, knees and hips. Notice that the workshop participants have different ways of interpreting what they are learning. Everyone is at a different stage of embodiment and understanding and comes from a different place. When experimenting your dance, remember to breathe. Come back to the golden mantra. Remember, there is always a play between shift of weight. This, combined with the eye navel driver, will add freedom to all your movement qualities. Spend some time now exploring your own dance. Here we are adding another dimension to the inner navel driver and shift of weight. Again, it is the play of the feet in relationship to the weight and release, but also to the legs in motion. We begin with our weight on one leg, with the other leg and foot free. We slowly place our free floppy foot on the ground, allowing the whole of the sole of our foot to touch the ground before we place the weight fully on that leg. As our weight engages on our front leg, we very, very slowly peel our back foot off the floor. As our thigh bone rises up, our heel rises up through to our toes, and our foot slides forward. As our thigh bone moves back down again, our weight transitions into our free leg, and so on. Allowing the feet and toes to dangle is fundamental to the freedom of the leg-hip-ground connection. Double and single steps are the fundamental and traditional family of step patterns for travelling movements. This family of steps can be counted as weight, touch. It can also be expressed as weight, space, or weight, release. The touch is the space. In single weight side to side, we mark each beat with a step. In this final sequence, we are moving the double steps forward and the single steps back. You may notice that some of the participants have their hands on the front and back of their torso in the solar plexus area. What they are doing is holding their solar plexus for support. As we do this, it creates a feeling of the pelvis resting, as in the golden mantra, and hanging from the solar plexus. In turn, this gives room for our legs to dangle, so not only are we dangling our feet and toes, we are also dangling our legs. What you have explored is a taste of the embodied belly dance techniques based on the physical movements of the dance. There is much more to the embodied belly dance framework that you will find listed on the screen. Again, I will reiterate that it takes a lot of time and self-exploration to truly embody. If you need some help with the content of this video, feel free to send me an email, which is also listed on the screen.